After a weekend full of uncertainty and mixed emotions, Fabio Quartararo left the Mandalika Grand Prix with a bittersweet 7th-place finish. Starting from 8th on the grid, the Frenchman managed to salvage valuable points, yet the result did little to mask his underlying frustration. Despite what looked like a decent comeback, Quartararo openly admitted that he never truly felt at ease with his Yamaha throughout the entire weekend. Quartararo's difficulties began as early as practice, when he and his team struggled to find a setup that gave him confidence on the front end. Ultimately, he opted for a hard front and soft rear tyre combination, a choice dictated more by survival than performance. The Mandalika circuit, with its fast-flowing corners and intense heat, placed enormous stress on tyre management, a challenge that Quartararo faced head-on, but not without consequence. "I just couldn't get comfortable," he confessed post-race. "I managed the rear tyre as best as I could, but I couldn't push where I wanted to. Every time I tried to overtake, the others had better acceleration out of the corners." That statement paints a familiar picture for Yamaha fans. A rider giving his all, yet hampered by a machine that simply lacks the explosive drive of its rivals. In typical Quartararo fashion, however, the 2021 world champion refused to dwell solely on the negatives. He admitted that finishing less than 4 seconds off the podium exceeded his expectations. "It was a weird weekend," he said. "Not bad, just strange. The front-runners stayed where they were, and the pace up front was really strong. I didn't expect to be that close." Such honesty reflects the quiet resilience that defines Quartararo's approach this season, a rider adapting to limitations, yet still extracting the best possible outcome. The Frenchman also shared an intriguing insight into his on-track battle with Alex Marquez, which lasted several laps but never materialized into an overtake. "I was behind him for 2 or 3 laps, but I couldn't find a way through," Quartararo explained. "At that point I was saving a bit of rear tyre because it was starting to drop. I didn't want to risk losing it completely before the end." His admission of slight regret that he might have been too cautious reveals a deeper truth about his current form. Quartararo is riding with intelligence, but not with the same level of freedom that once made him unbeatable. When a rider starts managing tyres more than fighting rivals, it's often a sign that confidence in the package isn't fully there. Among all the stories emerging from Mandalika, Quartararo's comments on Alex Rins were particularly telling. He praised Rins for his exceptional pace and racecraft, noting that the Spaniard managed to overtake riders like Pedro Acosta with relative ease. "He was really impressive," Quartararo said. "He seemed to pass others so effortlessly. That's something we're still missing with our bike." This acknowledgement from a fellow factory rider highlights a recurring theme in Yamaha's struggles. While individual talent can mask certain weaknesses, outright performance gaps in acceleration and stability remain. Quartararo's curiosity about how Rins, Jack Miller and Miguel Oliveira will perform in Australia and Malaysia suggests he's keeping one eye firmly on future development battles. But perhaps the most striking revelation from Quartararo's remarks was his mention of a bad feeling that lingered behind the scenes. Though he stopped short of elaborating, his tone hinted at deeper unease, possibly about Yamaha's ongoing technical direction or the lack of progress compared to rival manufacturers. For a rider who once dominated the grid with surgical precision to now be talking about discomfort and unpredictability is significant. It suggests a man caught between hope and frustration, pushing his limits while waiting for his machinery to catch up. Despite all the challenges, Quartararo remains a master of composure. His focus now shifts to the upcoming rounds in Phillip Island and Sepang, circuits that have historically suited his smooth yet aggressive style. "We did the best we could," he concluded. "Now it's about understanding what went wrong and improving for the next one." Whether Yamaha can deliver the improvements he needs remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: Fabio Quartararo continues to extract every ounce of potential from a package that is far from perfect. His words may carry frustration, but his performance still radiates the quiet determination of a true champion. The situation at Yamaha has reached a critical juncture. Despite Quartararo's immense talent and technical feedback, the M1 continues to lack the balance between agility and raw power that defines modern MotoGP machinery. Engineers have spent months experimenting with aerodynamics and chassis adjustments, yet the fundamental issue remains: the bike struggles to launch strongly out of corners. At Mandalika, this weakness was painfully visible on the main straight, where Quartararo could only watch as his rivals pulled away not due to bravery, but pure horsepower. Quartararo's frustrations are understandable. Since winning the 2021 World Championship, he has found himself burdened by expectation, both internal and external. Yamaha, once a powerhouse of consistency, now appears lost in transition, caught between innovation and tradition. For a rider as analytical as Quartararo, that lack of progress can be mentally draining. He is no longer simply racing his competitors, he's fighting against the limitations of his own machine. Yet what makes Quartararo unique is his unbreakable mental strength. Even in the face of disappointment, he continues to deliver professional, level-headed assessments. His approach reflects the maturity of a rider who understands that complaining changes nothing, only clear, constructive criticism does. Behind his calm tone lies the mindset of a true champion, a racer who knows that every lap, even in a subpar race, contributes to future improvement. Sources within the paddock have hinted that the atmosphere inside the Yamaha garage has grown tense in recent weeks. While there is no open conflict, there is an unmistakable sense of urgency. Quartararo's comments about a strange feeling behind the scenes could refer to this underlying pressure, the awareness that time is running out to make the M1 competitive before rivals like Ducati and KTM extend their lead even further. Technical staff have reportedly been working overtime to deliver updates ahead of the Australian GP, but the results remain uncertain. Interestingly, Alex Rins' resurgence has become a measuring stick for many riders, including Quartararo himself. Once teammates at Suzuki, the two share mutual respect and perhaps quiet rivalry. Seeing Rins excel despite recent struggles serves as both motivation and frustration for Quartararo. It reminds him that adaptability is key in this era of MotoGP, where factory backing means little if a rider cannot maximize the tools in hand. Rins' success in Mandalika underlined this new reality. Talent alone is no longer enough. Harmony between a rider and machine is everything.